Hi, Jalen. You know, I was actually thinking about you like for a split second last week sometime. I was like, I haven't seen Jalen in a while. He used to always make sure, he'd come by and say hi. But honestly, I know it's been so busy. I do plan on making a video for you guys. I know you guys are like, where the hell have you been? My plan is after this to make a video for you guys and release it tomorrow, okay? It's been quite hectic. How is everyone doing? Please say hello when you enter. Please let me know if you can hear me. I'd really appreciate it. Please note the change in price. It's a different price now, okay? And like I say, it's still a good deal because if you were to book with me privately, it would be 85, okay? So I'm doing it for 50. I feel like that's reasonable. I can't be out here for anything less, to be honest, okay? But please also note, you can talk, you can ask questions about spirituality, questions about life, but not like not personal life, not predictions. Like that's going to be constituted as a paid reading. But if I know what you're talking about, I'll give my 2 cents. And you could actually, also notice that like sometimes people in the comment section will know what you're talking about. It could make you feel better. So just putting it out there, that if you are wondering about something, go ahead, ask. I've been going through a spiritual life. Oh my goodness. Me too, honey. Me too. It's actually interesting that you say that because I wonder how much like the human vessel can like handle a lot. Like the spirit. Oh my goodness. Do you guys know I've had about 5 awakenings in my life? In the last 6 years, I've had 3. Like in the 6 years, 3. They're powerful. They do take you to the next level. So don't view them as like torture or it's like bad or, it's like, someone's attacking you or like you can't get ahead. Don't get into those kind of reactions. Just allow it to show you what it needs to show you. And yes, that's going to take time. But I promise you, if you don't react to it in a negative way, you can get there sooner to figuring out, what it means, why it happened, et cetera, et cetera. See, because I notice a lot of people, it's really the reaction. It's the reaction that they need to control. Honestly, awakenings are the best thing that could happen, Yeah, I've been in hermit mode for a while and I'm loving it. I mean, at first I despised it. I was in hermit mode. I mean, I've had this throughout my life, but just the most recent one, I've been in isolation for almost 6 years now. I'm still in it. But it's different now. I choose it. Before I used to be like thinking someone was like, I felt like the universe was persecuting me, I felt like I wasn't spiritual enough, or maybe I was getting set back. It's not true at all. Being in isolation and hermit mode is the best thing that could ever happen to you. The best thing. You know how lucky you are if you get put in isolation? That doesn't happen for everybody. And if you're like, well, why? What's so great about it? Because you get to hear your higher self. That's why. So you've been taken off of the distraction path, so that we can quiet, everything around you, so you can hear us. Because I'm sorry, but when people are going 5 days a week and then going outside of that, and it's like, if I was to ask them, when's the last time you went somewhere in nature, or you just, took some time to write something, or just, spend time with yourself. A lot of people look at me like a deer in headlights. It's just really not common. Most people don't get the luxury. So I urge everyone to really change their viewpoint around isolation. And you will, you will eventually. Like I said, I personally, I fought it for like 3 years. And I was like, you know what? It's seeming like the more I resist, it's persisting. So I'm just going to let it go and flow with it. And then, yeah, it was the best thing that ever happened. So yeah, but like I said, it takes a while to get there. Let me just go over. I'm just going to go over and look over there. to see if anybody has paid. Let me just go over. How's everyone doing though? Seriously, like, how are you guys all feeling on this earth plane? You know, there's so many different timelines right now occurring, you know? It's so obvious now that there's like a 1,000 million timelines. I mean, it could be you and your family members, you know, and there's like 3 of you going one way, or it's like 1 of you feel like you're on this different timeline. And it's usually the perspective. It's usually the perspective I find that tells you whether someone's on a different timeline than you. Just listen to what they say. You just have to listen to what they say. Not even for long. Give it like 10 minutes and you'll know exactly which timeline they're on. But I just feel like it's becoming so much more apparent now. It's like right in front of your face, you know? I don't know about really before 2020. I mean, I'm sure there's some people who will say that they were seeing that before then, but since 2020, that has accelerated, like so much accelerated, where it's just so obvious. And it can just even be with what they partake in, what people partake in, what they eat. It's just so obvious. But yeah, I wonder if people got notified that I'm on. I don't know if people noticed, because even on my other channel, I'm subscribed to this one, and I put the all just to test it out. On my second channel, I put all notifications, and I don't get notified when I'm live. And for the amount of viewership that I have, there should be at least 20 to 30 people here. Like, what's the time where you are? Because where I am, it could be also that maybe, you know, it's mornings somewhere for someone. It's like 1:03 p.m. right now where I'm at. And I thought it would be a perfect time. Okay, so we're on the same time zone. Yeah, it's hard to give heads up about this. It's hard to give a heads up. But please, like, say hi. I would love to know who's watching. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nice. Okay, I'm going to do, last time I know I jumped off pretty quick, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, please also like the video. It helps push me out. That's like the freest thing you can do for me, guys. I'm going to do like a quick 1 card, pick a card for everyone. Hi, Sophia. I'm okay. Did you just jump on? We'll do like a quick one for everyone. I won't run off so quickly like I did last time. Okay. So the question's going to be, what do you need to be aware of right now? Okay. 1, 2. Okay, so as we wait for people who want a paid reading, I'm going to do a pick a card. I'm not going to keep doing pick a cards. We'll see how it goes. But this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So I'm going to give you like 10 seconds. And then we'll kind of get the message. Thank you to everybody who is liking the video. I really appreciate it. It does help push out, you know, the video. And I'll be checking at the same time. Let me know which card you picked too. Okay. Let me know which one. So 1, 2, 3. Hi, Maya. Hope you're doing well. I hope that's, I'm just going to say hello to whatever username I see. I know sometimes some of the names are not your guys, you know, but that's the way I'll address. Okay, so like what you need to be aware of, okay? A quick pick a card, but I am taking readings, okay? So just go to the description box. It tells you how to do this. And remember, okay? If you are American, you're paying less. I don't know about other currencies, okay? Maybe, well, yeah, like Australian dollar would be more. I think even like a pound, a British pound. But I know for the Americans, it's cheaper. So all you need to do is just make sure that on the receiving side, it says 50 Canadian, okay? All right, one, what do you need to be aware of? Okay, why did I just hear really loudly? Like some people, I don't even know who this is. It might not even be a family member, but it's someone within a group is getting on my last nerve. Someone in a place I go to is getting on my last nerve. There's this energy between you and another person. It may not even be anything serious, but I feel like it's a dying connection. It's a connection that's dying and you feel it. Maybe you don't know what to do about it, but you feel it. I would say don't do anything about it. Just allow whatever needs to unfold to unfold. And what do I mean by that? Allow whatever to go and allow whatever needs to come in, okay? This is like flow state. But I just feel like it's either a person or it's something you don't want to do anymore. And you know this, it keeps talking to you in your head every day. This energy, like, ugh, I don't like that person. Or like, it's like, I don't want to go to this place or I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, no problem, Melody. Just let me get through this thing. I'll try to be very quick. Something's ending in your life. Something's ending. I was trying to see if there's anything else, but no, it's like something's ending. Something's ending. Something's going from your life. And it kind of could feel kind of sad because at one point it made you very happy. And again, it doesn't have to be a person, but it could be. Something's going. Allow flow state. Allow that thing to leave. Allow it to go. And, allow yourself also to have this way about setting it free, that there's no like harsh feelings or like, only do what you can control, which is like your own self, okay? So don't leave the situation with any kind of like resentment or anything like make it like clean, release it and just be like, whatever it may be, I let it go. I give it to you, universe, or like, I forgive, but like, I'm good. I'm good with what's going on. This is interesting. Okay. I gotta go. Let me just see here how many people are here. Just so I can, okay, so 2. Hold on. Oh goodness, what is this? Okay, 2, what do you need to know? Oh, wow. Okay. We have okay, so I have 2 people. Let me just see who they are. Okay, so Sophia for 1 and then Mel, okay? So group 2, you've either been working on yourself, and this is just a nod from the universe that we kind of see. We see this, but have you been pouring into yourself? Because I'm very drawn in by the cup, the overflowing cup. Has group 2 been pouring into themselves? I don't care how big or small that looks like. It could be, hi, A Nickel. It could be little things like we're taking steps, or like somebody here has done something big. But I just want you to know, this is working to help bring everything that you need next to you. Whatever that maybe look like, maybe a pleasant life, maybe, I don't know, a romantic partner, maybe just like people who are nice, maybe you're going to start meeting people, but it's drawing that to you. It's drawing that to you. So like, I think this is coming through too, because if you do resonate with the fact that you've been trying to pour into yourself, maybe it's like only spirit's going to be able to like say that's great because nobody else would. I don't know if somebody needs some encouragement to keep going. But you know how when you start taking care of yourself, actually you'll find the opposite happens with people around you. Everybody starts getting weird, like, because you're starting to evolve. So just another thing here with group 2. If people or things or places become unaligned, please let it go, okay? Because your frequency with the Ace of Cups is also rising. So you're not going to fit into where you used to fit in. So just like leave it alone, okay? All right. Group 3. What is going on here? What is going on with the people that are here right now? Wow. We've got some very positive things coming up for you. 6 of Cups. Interesting. A very important encounter is coming very soon to you. It's an important encounter, and there's not going to be a way that I can predict who it is or where it is or how it will happen. This is literally a 6 of Cups for me. It feels like it's out of nowhere. It doesn't give, okay, the feeling of you sensing something's coming. It could potentially have, there could be a thread of something past life here. But I have to be honest with what I'm feeling right now within this reading. I can't promise you what kind of a person this will be. So if a lot of you are like, yay, it's romantic, I don't know that. It could be literally somebody who shows up at the right time and says the right thing to you that puts you on a new path. You know those time-stopping moments where someone says something and you're like, what did that person just say? What? That was so weird. But really, it was just the universe channeling through them. They don't even know what the hell they said. But I'm just saying, there's also help on the way too. So I don't know if somebody here has been needing some help with a particular connection. Spirit's like, we're on it. We're on it. And I also feel like they want you to know that the other person who's involved here, they're in cahoots with that other person's higher self too, to try to smooth things out. I don't know why I'm saying that. Smooth things out. I have to say with group 3, the other thing I just heard is that I don't know who this person is, okay? This will only resonate if you're dealing with what you would say maybe a particular connection. It could be with anybody it's kind of been a constant recently. They're working on them. I don't know what that means, but that's what they said. They're working on them. Okay. Wow. Those were, pretty positive messages. All right, let me go over to who has booked here. 1 second. Okay, so, Lamaya, good job. Good. We did the Canadian. Okay, so we did not paying over. Good. Okay, so I have Sophia, then I'm going to Mel, and then I have Lamaya for 2. Okay, Sophia. Hi, Chitra. Hazel and I got along, but I've noticed a shift in her behavior towards me. Please believe it. Just FYI, and I don't care who's watching. Anytime you have what you would call a notice in someone's shift, that you're not nuts, you're not crazy, and you don't need to seek validation from anybody on that. We have to start believing in ourselves. I know I'm going on a tangent, but whatever. We have to believe in ourselves if we're going to progress over here. Because what happens when your higher self starts talking to you and you're second guessing it? It's going to be not as good as if you were able to, be able to kind of like soak it in, okay? And really, trust, that what you're feeling is right. We are colleagues. Can you look into this? Okay, what's going on with Hazel? What does she need to know about Hazel? Yes, you can talk about the shift, but what do you just want her to know about this? OMG, did you pick group 1? I'm just curious, Sophia. Did you pick group 1 in The pick a card? I'm curious. Actually, I think you wrote your number. Let me see. What did you pick? Oh my God, you picked 1. That's what that may have been about. Okay. Okay, so it's interesting that you're talking about colleagues because I see that here. I see that here actually. But my question to you is, how's her performance? I mean, really, that's not even a proper question because she could be really good at what she's doing, but she's got insecurity issues. There's some insecurity. And it's interesting that you have a Wheel of Fortune here because that would speak to the shift. That would speak to that shift you're speaking about. Now, I have to tell you something. She's naturally like that. How long have you really known her? I don't even care, actually. Oh, hi, AC Astro. Wow. Wow. Okay. You guys got to go check out that channel. It's a pretty big deal. Really good knowledge. Okay. If you like Vedic astrology. Anyways, yeah, okay, 2 years, interesting. I wonder how good people are at kind of shielding themselves because I do feel like when people go to work, they tend to put on something. Most people do, like they put on this alter ego, okay? But she's naturally shifty, but she's very determined. It's interesting. You've got a very determined person, but there's insecurities. There's like something that like there's a holding back. Something about her is restricted. Okay, let me ask you a question. When I say that, does that pick up anything for you? Is she restricted? I'm gonna literally ask you that. I know it sounds weird because it's kind of cryptic, but is she, I haven't got to you, Mel, don't worry, you're still good. Is she, is there something about her that seems like she's restricted? Like in life or, I mean, I don't even know if you would know this because it's like you're probably not very close, but yes, she's a bit like that. You've got a performer. You've got a performer here. I don't feel like this really has much to do with you. I feel like someone's performing and you know, you can only do that for so long, guys, okay? I don't care how much you want to perform or how good you think you are. Like you could say, I'm a magician. I know how to, you're going to get found out about. Okay. Like I say, guys, there's too much light coming to earth right now. If you're out there lying, cheating, scamming, stealing, whatever, you're going to get caught. It's not going to be like back in the day where, it used to take years, you know, to expose people. So, I don't know. Yeah, like this is interesting. Another card of cycles and shifting. This is her. This is her. This is who she is. This is who she is. Let's see what these cards say. This is who she is. What else do you want Sophia to know about this? See, this is you. This is you. Don't worry about the couple in the background, but this is you. Like, huh? What's going on? This is you feeling something's off. And it even says here, repeating patterns. So you have a Wheel of Fortune and you have a Death card. This is an unstable individual. And I don't mean that in a way like, oh my goodness, we have to call 911. No. I'm not talking about in that kind of way. I'm talking about moods wise. Okay. I actually don't know that that's really a problem. You know, for people, I think people should feel however they want to feel. I feel like, but when you get into the matrix, it's hard to be yourself. You know, you have a work you have to show up to, and then you have to perform. You know what I mean? She snapped at me because she thinks it's unfair that I'm studying and still doing my job. I was about to say the F word. Why is it her business? Why is that her business? That has nothing to do with you. Anyways, this is what it's going to be. Okay. Notice the shift and then just, listen, just, like pull back somehow your energy. Just be very one word. It's work. Now you have you can blame it on professionalism. We have to be professional here. So limit to what you can, or like give one word replies or something. Keep it real dry, okay? Because unless you want to be around this, just limit. OMG. I have no more. OMG. Look in the bottom. This is what I'm telling you. It's the alter ego. Oh man, it's the alter ego. And this is you, like, who am I meeting today? Oh my goodness. And then look, photoshopped. This is what I'm telling you. So this is her. Okay. That'd be crazy if she looks like that, kind of. Not to the full extent, but that would be interesting. Anyways, this is her on her good days, but also when she's presenting. But that's really what's going on. So it really has nothing to do with you. It could have been anybody else that she would have snapped at. I just feel like, let's just get a clarifier here to see if I'm accurate when I tell you limit. Like, I want advice. Like, how can she deal with this? Because she has to work with her. Okay, keep it real simple, keep it very grounded, and make it be about business. Okay, you have a Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is the interesting thing too, is he's a very, very calm individual. You have to literally keep poking him to get a rise. But I feel like that's also a nod to like not fuel this. So it's one of those things where it's like no response is a response, or like, this is beneath me, so I just kind of like walk away. Like let's say that happened to me, right? I would like I have so much more things I can be doing with my time. I'm not even gonna be like asking you why you feel like that, or like bantering with you about it. I just kind of like walk away, and like it would be the cold shoulder kind of, but like we're being professional too. Because see, it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. So a lot of people don't realize that if they just communicated differently with a different tone, they'd actually get a lot further than, when they add all the attitude and stuff inside. Anyways, let's get one more clarifier on how she can, hi Empress, on how she can deal with this, like a clarifier. Yeah, you gotta be hella strategic, okay? You gotta be, you need to be, okay? This is asking you to like, this is not a card that would come up if there were just like, oh yeah, it's okay, she had a bad day, just, let it go, and then just move on forward with her. No, this is not a card of that. This is a card of be very careful. Watch, like take preventative measures. Do you know what I mean? This is not, these two cards don't say, oh, it's okay, she's just having a bad day. Maybe you should go talk to her. It's not saying anything like that. And, we're not always responsible for everyone else, okay? So I know that there's a lot of kind souls out there who want to like, people, listen, you can't save anybody. They have to want to help themselves, okay? So yeah, she has threatened to expose people when she's in a bad mood. I agree, be smart. Oh my God, okay, that just added a whole other layer to this. That just added, I didn't know it was that serious. And what's that about? Because to me, I kind of have a lawyer mind, but I'm kind of like, listen, if there's people that need to be exposed, why are you waiting to only say something when you're in a bad mood? Like, shouldn't you be doing the right thing and expose them? Why do you have to be in a bad mood to do that? Like, do people even think about that? It's like so weird. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. We cannot waste any more time talking about this one, okay? So yeah, I really would just disassociate as much as you can. A Nickel, don't send a super chat. okay? Because the reason why I don't do them is because they take like 35, I think it's like 30 or 40%, which is a lot, okay? So you'd have to send literally like 100 for me to get like my price. So don't do super chats. The PayPal info, you have to go to the video. I don't really watch a lot of lives, so I don't even know how you do it. I think you just click on my face and then you can go to the video and then the description box. And then it's very plain and simple on how you do this. Super easy, okay? All right, let me go. I believe Mel is next. Okay, Mel is next, and then Lamaya for 2. Okay, you know when you guys put this and symbol, it starts to write a bunch of digits. So what does this mean? I can't see it. It says like BL and 39. It's like there's like a hashtag, feeling and intention. Okay, write me in the chat what you want me to look at, because that looks like a mess inside there. Because anytime with PayPal, if you put that and symbol, it starts to type out a bunch of weird digits. What are Brent's feelings and intentions for me after our first date? Ooh, nice. Okay, chased me down at the beach to get my number with tears in his eyes from sweating his sunscreen into them. That's good. That's good. Okay. And just had our first date. I like the way this is sounding. And I like that he ran after what he wanted. I like that he did that. That like Brent is already looking very good. Okay. Anyways, let's find out. And his dad just passed away 2 months. Okay. Okay, cool. Brent's feelings and intentions for Mel after their first date. Okay, I have to tell you, because it's not always just the cards. I have mediumship. I was just told that when he was running, he did not think he was going to be successful. He's actually pretty shocked that he was successful to get the date. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why he would feel like that. I'm not even saying that he's not a good looking guy, because even good looking guys can be insecure, but he didn't feel like it was risky. That's the word. It was risky. Yeah, definitely put himself out there. Okay, but you're of age, right? So like who cares, you know? You never know. Love is love, you know? Like as long as you're older than, I don't know what it is in America. Is it 21? Because here it's 18. But anyways, so interesting. Let me talk about this person. I will say, I can see what you said about the passing of the father. There is some sadness. There is some unhealed something. And you're gonna see signs of that in the coming days. I know you're like, I wanna know about my first date. I can't help what comes through, okay? You're gonna see signs of that. You may start to feel like it's a bit like I don't really know you. I don't know if I feel like the person's gonna want like an emotional response from you about it. Oh goodness, did he ask you to go with him? I'm just wondering, because it's like you're gonna see signs of that. And I feel like you may not really like it too much. I'm not saying that you won't want to see the guy anymore. You may actually keep continuing, because it's not going to be that bad, but there may be some signs. I guess you need to know that. I guess you need to know that for some reason, okay? Okay, I just saw something else. Okay, I could be 100% wrong, okay? Always know that. I could be always 100% wrong. I feel like he's here, but he's also leaving too. He will leave just as fast as he came in. I'm not sure why. Let me just clarify something here, just in case this is something else that I'm seeing. Does he have any trips planned? Is he going somewhere for a while, like a month or 3 weeks? I don't want to be confusing that. And it's just a vacation he has. Does he have something planned? Like, did he tell you he's going away, or maybe this is speaking to what you just said about he wants things to blow over, but I don't know. Okay, that's wild. That's wild. And I don't mean that that's wild. I just mean that I picked up on that. I don't think after that, I don't think you may hear from him again. There's something in the energy, and it could be that the timeline is not fully there. Something feels like light. Like that's how I pick up my stuff. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just like it's shown to me. The energy feels light. I gotta pull from another deck just to make sure that like what I'm saying is right. I'm just looking for the right deck. I just found it. Let's get more. Please like the video, guys. It's the best thing you can do for me. Okay, the freest thing you can do for me. It helps push me out so that other people can find me just like how you did, okay? Give me more. Okay, we have addiction. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt. Can you see it? Can you read it? I don't know if it's sideways. Anxiety. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So hold on. That Five of Pentacles is here. Are you aware? I mean, you probably wouldn't be. You don't know him very well, but maybe is there an addiction? Are there anything? Do you know anything about his hobbies? I don't know what this is. I also hope that he's not going to get into alcohol, because I know sometimes people, when they lose somebody, that happens, they start to kind of turn that way. Or I'm not sure what this is. Give me more on the addiction card. You know, with a Nine of Cups, for me, that just amplified it. I mean, I know the Nine of Cups is a great card. It's just that it's like what I want, and I want it now, but there's a focus on something I like. Okay, I may not know what this is. You may not know what this is yet. Maybe it will make sense later. But there's something here. And I felt it, and I saw it with the Five of Pentacles. Like there's something. I don't know if it's I'm sad. I don't know if it's like I go clear my head and then something happens then, or I don't know, maybe I clear my head and then I feel worse. What are you confused about? What does this mean? Should I not see him again? No, you can't make decisions based off of me. I can't, I would never tell you what to do. You have to allow this. This is just supposed to be for fun, you know, but you have to let this play out. Why would you do that? What if he's a great person and it's not, maybe it's a different timeline I'm picking up on, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, I don't think it's a coincidence that like, I felt like they were going away. And you said they were going away. I feel like there's something about that 1 month. Something occurs there, or I don't know if they fall into, they're not doing well. Obviously, you said that the father has passed. So, you know, there's a lack in something. And maybe it's with the Two of Cups on the bottom, what they can give to this. I don't know. But we've got anxiety. like this just seems like it's all just pointing to what I'm picking up on. Like I just keep getting the same cards. We've got stress, we've got depression, we've got panic attacks and restless. This can speak to this too with the Five of Pentacles. So maybe that could be amplified in the days ahead, which would then make them turn their head away from like maybe building something with you. That's kind of like what I'm feeling here. But I will say, was very excited, you know, when you happily obliged to kind of go out. They felt it was risky. I just feel like there's something about the timing. The timing is off. It's like, I don't know if it's because of the passing of the father or if it's that, I think it's that actually. I really think it's that. But I would not encourage you to like take what this says and then just like, you have to see for yourself. I feel guided to draw one more card. I'm just looking to see which one they want me to draw from. You know, if you were looking for a lot of feelings and intentions, because this is kind of new, it could be why there's not much coming up and they're trying to tell you other things, okay? Maybe also, like I said, the feelings and intentions are not very palpable, so they can't be picked up, but you've got a lot of other messages just on things to watch out for, basically. Give me more about this person. Blurry invitation, half intentional warmth, suggestive but unclear, mixed expectations, no definite direction. That's wild that I got that, because that's what I felt like. This actually looks like me not being able to see where this is going, or if it's going. It's kind of blurry, but I'm sorry, it says here the person has ways about them that make them very suggestive, or like they're coming forward, but it's still gonna feel to you like unclear. And that could be also because of what they've got going on. So let's say you meet somebody and it's like, wow, you know, it's like, unless that person gives that energy towards you right away, it's gonna be hard to know like what they want, you know? Yeah, we have slow drip energy. So listen, it says delayed effort, which is kind of good. It means that there wants to be effort. Like this person does want to put effort, but there's a delay. And I think it's like what I just picked up on, right? What happened. Even says small bursts of attention. So you will get that. It's just, it's not going to be like coming through like quickly or steady. Deleted reply, said too much, self-evident, emotional uncertainty, revised truth. Okay, I actually think this is wild that I got this card, because this is what I was picking up on before. There's going to be, and I don't know how you feel about that. Maybe you're cool with it. I just have to let you know. There's gonna be these moments. I don't know how many they're gonna be, but they're gonna say too much. And it could be about their emotional uncertainty in life, or with what happened with their father, or even with you. I don't know if you're gonna like it. I don't know. If you're open to this person kind of like talking to you about how they feel, like, I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know. Some people might be like, this is too soon. Like, you know, I'm not your wife. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that, but that coming through just signifies for me, again, what I said before. They're gonna have these ways about them where they're gonna say too much. Okay, Ashley, I think you sent too much, hon. I think you didn't, I think you sent American. I don't know what you sent, actually. You sent about $16 too much. So I could either go longer on your reading or I can just refund you. Let me know. You will see them. They will come in and out, but I don't know. This person's energy feels busy for me, like very busy. Like, not when I say that, I mean like in the sense of, I don't know how much they can give to the connection, but it's also, there's something emotionally going on. So it could come across as a little wonky. I don't know. I don't know. Do you want me to send the money back and then you can send it properly again? Or do you want me to just read longer? Because I can do that too. Okay. Let's just get some direct messages from this person on how they feel about you, or even if, you know, the cards want to talk about where they're at, you know. Okay, so this love is crazy. Interesting. I wish I could be fully honest with you. Okay. Life without you is hopeless, dark, and depressing. I miss your light. You know what the weird thing about this is, Mel? And then we have, I can't promise you anything. I feel like this is about their father. I don't think this is about you. I think they're not in like a good space. I mean, who would be, you know, like if your father passed, you know? So right now, what I would encourage you to do is to like just allow it to unfold and then like see what they're doing with their actions. Okay. Make sure when this person's talking about stuff, you're paying attention to what they're saying. They may not be so bold. It could kind of come in and here and there, but if you don't hear it, you won't hear it. Okay. Pay attention to what they say. They may tell you exactly where they're at emotionally, but the way it comes in and out, it may not be so direct. It could be like passive aggressive or just like they slip it in here and there, but don't overlook it. Okay. They're actually trying to tell you something. Yeah. That we've gotten a lot of cards of depression. Yeah. I don't know. You have to allow this to unfold. Okay, if I was to answer another question, because, you know, it's like after what PayPal tax it takes is probably going to be about 15. It would have to be very short, like maybe like 2 minutes. So let me know if you want to do that, because the second question can only be 2 minutes, because that's like a lot less. But I can totally like, you know, yeah. Okay. Let me see here. 2 minutes is fine. Okay, perfect. Let me go over here. Lamaya is next. Or I'll just call her Maya. I don't know. Let's see here. Okay. A general love reading. What are the flies that keep bothering me, trying to tell me? Are the flies in the physical or in the spiritual realm? Like, is that happening to you in your dream state? What do you mean by that? Just a little, like a tad bit more context. But in the meantime, let's find out what's going on with Lamaya and love. What does she need to know about her love life? Okay, I don't know who this person is. I don't know if they're already in your life or they're approaching, but someone's approaching, and I just have to say, I um I I don't know why I'm getting this, but I feel like they want something. It kind of gives me the vibes of when someone's going towards someone to get something like money or something. Like, is this happening right now? Physical realm, okay. Yeah, you were after the next person, Maya. Um, is there someone in your life who's trying to like mooch off of you? And this is in the area of love. This is not like in life. You asked about love. But I also don't know if it's that it's something that they're trying to get, but I don't know what it may be. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's you, like your body. I don't know if it's like money. I don't know what they want. Has this person approached, or is this somebody from like that you've just let go of? I would love for you to answer. Are you there, Maya? Give me more. Mixed signals. Warm flashes, sudden cold front, emotional mismatch as strategy, intention hidden in the gaps. Push-pull cycle. Ghost typing. Seen the dots, no message sent, emotional, this is interesting. I'm gonna include this one. We have a red flag glow. There's a charm that feels off to you. Are you there, Maya? Guys, try to be here for your readings. Okay? Oh, goodness. I don't think Maya's here. Okay. I feel like it would be so good to know if this person's in your life right now or if they're on their way, because someone's going to want something from you. And I just feel like I don't trust them. Maya, are you there? Oh my goodness. Okay, okay, well, you know, these readings are here. They're here for everyone. They don't get deleted. Okay, so I feel like you've either got a warning regarding a particular person who's here right now in your life. It's somebody who I feel like goes back and forth with you and gives a lot of mixed signals, but you would also say, yeah, I understand they're a red flag, but I also don't know if this is someone that's approaching soon. So, or even if it's someone from the past coming back, like it seems like there could be some history here, but it's like kind of advising that like you've done so much work. This is almost feels like with that 10 of Wands, it's like a test. I think you're going to get tested. And I don't know with the World card here if this is somebody who, you know, has some sort of online presence, or if the way that you do contact each other is over the web, okay? But I don't know here. Let's get more. Fated meeting, snake, ex-lover. Oh my goodness. And then we have heartbreak on the bottom. These are paid readings. So if you want one, you just go to the description box. It will tell you how to pay, okay? Okay. I don't know. I feel like fate is bringing the both of you back together, and I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I think it's a test, okay? And yeah, it could be from an ex-lover, but it could be from a past life too, to be honest. You know what I mean? But you've got a straight up snake here. Snake. I think there's enough here to say, you know, just keep your eyes peeled and understand that even if you may want to make this work, you're kind of like too far ahead evolution-wise for it to happen. I don't trust the intentions of the other person. Even if they said that they just wanted to call to say what's up, I don't believe that, okay? It's like there's something about when they speak, they lie. And they'll tell you a bunch of stuff, but it's not true. It's just not true. It's like, it feels like a fishy energy to me. Like a fishy person. Okay, aside from this, is there anything else she can know, like, about what's coming in love? Okay, your, I feel like, belief system is going to be tested. Yep. And it's interesting because there's the guy coming on his way. And again, Maya, he could be a good person. He could be not a good person. He could be a new person, a past person. I'm not even really focused on that because you're right. Right now you're not here. But this will be a test on what you do, but how you also pay attention to the intuition. Because people make decisions all the time and they're not listening to that. They're doing something else, which is like, well, it's confusion, first of all. So they think it's the right decision. But if they were really tapped into their higher self, they would know better. So this has a lot to do with your belief systems. I think you're going to be tested. Okay, what's your second question? Okay, the flies that keep bothering you, what are they trying to tell you? Okay, why do the flies in the physical keep bothering her? What are they trying to tell her? Those actually look like the flies right there, to me, like hovering around. I'm actually curious as to kind of what kind of flies these are, because it feels like there is actually a spiritual meaning behind this. And it really is about like where you're headed, but it almost is like they're trying to announce something to you. So you're right to feel that there's a reason for this. It's just that it almost feels like a warning against something or someone that you need to be careful of. Now, I don't even know how to explain that, because I've never even really thought about that, you know, flies can do that. Or even the way, you know, you see the way the flies are? Let's just talk about that for a second spiritually. Look at the way flies are. They're like a pest. They kind of will come and try to suck your blood. It's like, you know, they will, they're not anything anybody really wants around them. What if they're trying to warn you about this person? Maybe that's what it is. Maya, are you here? Maybe this is what this is about. It's like a warning against this person, but it's like the personality would be like, just like a fly. So it's like interesting that the fly is the one that you're getting this information from, or, you know, you're feeling this from, because anything could be flying around you, you know? Let's see. Let's get more here. Why are the flies, why do they keep bothering her? It's actually interesting that the flies are connected to the love reading, almost in a sense, even though you're asking two questions. Oh, that's crazy. So you got salt. We've got boundaries. I mean, these are butterflies and they look like they're surrounding. This is really about you remembering your boundaries, the ones maybe that you have just learned recently. But it also says here on these bottles, self-love, purity, boundaries, and what does that one say? Protection. So that is very significant to what I just felt here about this person. Like a wake up, or like a way of just, you know, you're the Nine of Pentacles, so it's like you've got to protect, you've got to like pay attention, because it's like there's something about this person that reminds me of a fly, like it's like a pest. So, but if this is even generally just about making sure that you have boundaries from people like that, so be it. Even with that Three of Cups, it says like the circle needs to be tight, okay? This cannot be like a free-for-all whatsoever. Not with you. You need to be strategically paying attention to whoever's approaching or coming into your life. Or even if people are already there and they need to go, you need to pay attention to that. Be very connected to the higher self. The fact that we have the Strength card here even does tell me, to be honest, that there's something spiritual going on here. It's not just, I just did it. You have to scroll back. I'm on it. I'm literally wrapping up the fly one. But yeah, with that Strength card here, that literally tells me here there's something that's trying to be conveyed to you. Like your higher, through your higher self. This is not a coincidence. I actually don't think anything is a coincidence. I know, right? That's okay. You don't have to apologize. Just scroll back. It's here. It's interesting. The thing about the flies, you know, there was a meaning. It's not just in your head, okay? But I'm kind of done now. But what I may do is I may draw one more card. One more card. There's also this focus on you, because even here too with this card, the solitary, heal yourself first. This really needs to be about you. And even if you look at her, she has all that protection around her, you know? And it's interesting because the snake is here. That snake is not gonna, he's tamed. She's not allowing this thing to, yeah, I'm still on Maya. She's not allowing this thing to get through into her circle. So this is really about boundaries, but I just cannot believe the correlation between the energy of like flies and how annoying they are, and like that being representative of people too, because yeah, you would have to protect yourself from it. I mean, don't we buy stuff to protect ourselves from flies? Like we light those candles, we make sure there's things there because we're creating a circle around us because we don't want them near us. That's so cool. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to Ashley now. Okay, after Ashley, I'm free. So if you're watching and you want to go, or you want to book, do it. Because if I don't get anybody after Ashley, I'm just going to log off, okay? I'm struggling to find joy at my job of 5 years, despite it having some great benefits. A few coworkers are condescending and rude to me. Why? Am I going to stay here, or is another opportunity coming? Are yours 2 questions in there? I would think so. It's pretty loaded. Talk to us about her job. What does she need to know? Because I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So what if it has great benefits? So what if it's going okay? Right? We move on. I know it's not really normal. Like they don't talk about that in the Matrix. They make it like you're going to find something and you're supposed to stay there until you're 65. But to me, that's just life, you know? And you have to keep following your passion, even if it looks completely different from what you're doing. So if I wanted to give up this tarot reading and start making travel content, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because my joy at the end of the day is the most important, not other people's, okay? What does she need to know about this job? You're starting to just pick up on the fact that the environment is not right and you're having shifts. So whatever you were supposed to learn there, you've learned, you've gotten. It's kind of like just you being very in tune and psychic and realizing that, you know, this is like, if you actually really think about this, this is pretty normal. Everybody starts to feel like that. And sometimes some people, they move quick with it. Some people, they move a little different. You know, this is not about you. Sophia, I see your payment. This is not about, like, no, I'm on you, Ashley. So this is not really about that something's weird or something strange, or like, I wouldn't look at it like why. I would say that this is normal way of life. And you're in tune enough to pick up on the fact that like you're feeling like this, but you want confirmation. So you're evolving, you're growing, you're learning with the Page of Pentacles here. And you know what? Now you're starting to, with the 7 of Cups, feel a little unemotionally fulfilled, which is normal. Now, I do have the 5 of Wands here, which is interesting to me, which I feel like that's the coworkers. I don't know what the scenario of the workplace is like. I don't know if it's super competitive or everyone's trying to like one-up each other. But I think it's not so much about that. I mean, yeah, it could be that too. But I think this is more about you emotionally just not being fulfilled. So with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm sorry, it's kind of saying like, you're at a kind of point in life where, you know, you're going to make some magic. You're going to do something a little different. You're going to go about things a little different. You're going to take leap of faith. You're going to shake things up. Okay. But this is about growth, you know? Yeah, I want to start channels, but it's going to take a while until I'll save up enough. Yeah, so that's okay. Who cares? I was doing YouTube while I was still working. And I mean, I didn't get pulled out of my jobs from a layoff or anything. It was because of the thing that happened in 2020. And I also moved. But yeah, like just, you know, you got to go with the flow. But having that channel there just kind of like took me to the next level. Like I didn't even have to care about not being able to go to my other place. You know what I mean? If you say it's going to take a while, just be careful with that, because, you know, whatever you give out or speak out, you know, you kind of, it's like magic. Okay. That's why it's called spelling. But I really wouldn't think about it like it's going to take a while. I would start and be very casual about it. You know, don't have expectation. And then when you feel ready to leave your other job, you have some income coming in. I think you're at a crossroads. I think there's something very naturally happening here. I don't think there's any reason to feel any like weird about it. I think it's just the next, you know, you're going with the wind with the Page of Swords, you know, where the wind flows. Now how fast that will happen, I'm not seeing, like, I'm not getting anything about that. You know, that has to be on your own time. Actually, to be honest, I don't feel right now like you would be ready to leave tomorrow. So that tells me you need to stay. But yeah, definitely get something else going on. Definitely get something else going on. What does it hurt to do that? You know, let me just see what you asked here, because there was so much you asked. Hold on. Okay, Empress, I see you. I'm on Ashley, then it's Sophia, and then Empress. Okay, we want to talk about, I don't even know if these coworkers are trying to intentionally be rude. It just seems like it's their personality. Whether it's you or someone else, I don't know. Okay, listen, you know, this is like a perfect card to get, you know, when you're talking about just feeling not satisfied. This is your feeling, you know? It's just, it's not enough. There's something about it. It's just not enough. Okay, it says speak up. So listen, whoa, that could actually be something here. That's trying to say, have you asked for what you wanted yet? Or are you just waiting for them to, like, you know, recognize you? Because that, whoa, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. This is interesting, because they're not going to always give you that kind of advice. I'm not saying, and this, to be honest, can't hurt you either. But have you expressed your needs? Like, is there somewhere in the company where you could be a little bit more like how you want to be? Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what you do. I'm just saying, like, have you tried to see if there's a different role you can play, like, before, like, tapping out and leaving? That may be something you want to look into, okay? She used to joke about that. Oh my God, that's like her, just her past life. That's a past life. She's joking. She's not even aware she's saying it, but she probably lost her head before in another life. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know about you guys, but I get these weird things all the time. Like when I sit in restaurants, I can't sit with these like shelves and pots up there or like this huge ass fan in front of me. I just can't. I feel like something dropped on my head in a past life, you know? So you need a new beginning, Ashley. You need a new beginning. You know, and it's interesting because he is like cutting the ribbon himself. I think you definitely need to entertain YouTube, because I think what you need is the chance to kind of do things yourself. It says, watch me shine. I'm not entirely sure that maybe you should be working for anyone anymore. You know, I'm not sure you should be working for anyone anymore. It says new ventures, like new ventures, but listen, take the steps, at least try to express yourself. Those are always great things to see, like a reveal on if you should really stay. They're a great way to reveal like people and stuff and whatever, and how valued you are. I would do that before anything. What did you ask about here? I think I kind of answered all these things. Hold on. Are you going to stay here, or is another opportunity coming? You're leaving eventually. You're going to leave. That you can look up that card, Six of Swords. What I love about the Six of Swords, it doesn't just say that you're leaving. It says you're moving on to greener pastures. You're moving out of troubled waters. So it's not necessarily just like, oh yeah, you're just, going. No, you're going and you're moving into calmer waters. But Six of Swords, as far as a time frame, I wouldn't say anytime soon. Probably a little bit more than 6 months, definitely more than 6 months. But I don't really do the time frame thing, because timelines are always changing, right? But I didn't get nothing on your coworkers. That's just your coworkers. That's just them. When I don't get much on them, it's gonna feel to me generic. Like if it wasn't you, it would be someone else. So okay, so that's great. Did you guys hear that thunder? That's great that you've looked around. Let's just like leave you here with a couple cards. Let's just leave you here with a couple cards on what you need to be aware of, like for the future. Two cards on this trajectory that she's on. Okay, so you have a high priestess and a high priestess there. When you're getting the same card in two different decks, that's a very much sign that you need to pay attention. This says leadership on it. What if you're coming into your own calling? What if you're coming into your own? High priestess is really, she does that very well. She will have the mask on for a majority of her life, and she'll think she wants to be this and she wants to be that, and then she wants to be that. But then she realizes, like, oh my goodness, why am I wasting my time? I should just use my God-given gifts. That's what it always was. So I would be prepared for the unexpected. You could find yourself doing something totally different, but please at least be open to it. You are protected with these two cards of High Priestess, like for sure. There's definitely a team working with you. But I wouldn't really worry about it too much, because you're being held by the universe. You're being protected. You will find your way. Okay, one more. Okay, so bewitched. We have you're under a spell. That's interesting. Didn't I just say something about like the spelling? You need to know that you have so much more to offer than just what you're doing. But there is, I feel like with this card, a little bit of a nod to the fact that you're not fully aware of that yet. That's why you have the High Priestess energy, is because you're becoming more aware. It even may be that it's still, you can feel it, but you can't see it clearly. So it's still a bit behind the veil, okay? But you're learning how to see beyond the veil, which is what I like. Now, I just said that you were held. I said that you were protected. What is she doing? She's holding the girl in front. So tells me this is your higher self. Now, it looks to me like, yeah, she has the devil horns. And then you have this girl who looks like she's, I don't know if that's a halo. But what I will say is, in the meantime, be careful of the side of you that tends to think negatively or worries. Like, don't allow that side. You need to kind of come into the feeling every freaking day that you're protected and you're being held, okay? And you will be shown. I don't know. When I see that on the people's head, I'm thinking there may be some shadow work that needs to get done. But you're going to be fine. You're going to get through it. So don't now say, oh my goodness, am I going to get... Yes, of course you will. You wouldn't even be on the path if you couldn't get through it, okay? So amazing, amazing. I'm excited for you. What does my future self want me to know? I love future self, higher self. I love these kind of readings. They're like my favorite to do. By the way, I just uploaded a higher self message. Something that you need to hear today. It's on my Patreon, so go check it out. Just getting a good shuffle here. What does Sophia's higher self want her to know? Future self, sorry. Those are powerful cards. I mean, I feel like this is you in the future. Just happy, content. You may even be somebody in your field with that higher font. Are you kidding me? And I don't know the names of, I don't know. Like, I don't know what people do. Okay, if I'm not in that field, I have no idea what the hell I'm seeing. But you're definitely an expert. With the Hierophant, you are an expert and you make a lot of judgment calls, which is interesting, like very important decisions. You're not just growing, I feel like, as a woman or as a woman who is like trying to go towards something or build a life. You're also, through this process of growth, about to manifest the greatest timeline. Sorry, Sophia, I can't, you're welcome. I can't always remember everybody. I remember you, I just don't remember your situation. I don't know if you're married or if you have somebody. Sorry if I don't remember. But you're becoming, your future self wants you to know that in the future, there is an opportunity that's going to be coming towards you, but something makes me feel like for this to be clarified by the Queen of Wands, that tells me, when I see a queen showing up, it's like you're going to move into that queen. And I don't care about astrology signs. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't know if I met you right now, what vibe you would give me, but let's say you're a Queen of Pentacles. You may turn into the Queen of Wands energy or just embody her more. And I feel like this future self is who attracts this partner in. It's not who you are now. It's just a future self, right? But this is major for love and career, I'll say. Major. What else? Have you been doing better with chaos too? I don't know. I feel like there's this nod to like, you've been doing really well with chaos. Like it just kind of brushes off your shoulder now as opposed to before. Seek alternative solutions. Witch's brew. The invitation, or sorry, the initiation. A sacred test. Transformation. I feel like you made this brew. You made it. You have been really solution-based. I'm telling you, I feel like, I don't know if you're going to feel this way about yourself, but it seems like to me, you are just doing a lot better with handling this thing called life. And you got to see yourself in the future, Sophia, if you think you're doing okay right now. You're on fire. And this Two of Cups that's here tells me there's also going to be a higher frequency, which then attracts a different crowd of people or individuals. So if you deal with awkwardness right now, it's hard to meet people, it's hard to, get on with people, that's not where you are in the future. In the future, you have your tribe around you. You have the people who are that reflection of you. And I'm not saying that you are attracting people right now that are completely a reflection of you, but they're the tests. The tests, they start stopping a bit, okay? They're not as frequent. And it says here with the initiation, a sacred test, flowers, you're blooming like a flower through this process. And the transformation is here. And that transformation looks good on you, I have to say. Your higher self thinks so. Very, very good on you. You're so unapologetic in the future. I don't know if you're on your way to that. I don't know. I just feel like you're unbeatable, unstoppable. And again, on this side here, with that Hierophant, you're some sort of an expert in something. You sit at the table, at the head of the table regarding something. You are knowledgeable, you have a lot of wisdom, and whatever you're offering, it's sound, but it's seeked. People seek you out, okay? Not sure what that means exactly, but maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I don't know. If it's our future self, we may not understand it fully, right? We have to live it, right? Give me more on what the higher self wants her to know. Review your responsibilities. Not all responsibilities are ours to heal. Okay, so this is a bit of a tip. Make sure you're not carrying burdens or things that, are not really supposed to be yours. And honestly, Sophia, I don't know what that's going to look like. You could have some stuff buried that you're not even aware of, But this is really saying let go of responsibilities. That's what you'll be doing. Never mind. I'm not telling you this now, actually. This is from the future self. You will be letting go of responsibilities. You will not be having so many. And that could be a really good thing if you consider yourself a person who has to always hustle or try to survive. In the future, you're just empowered. You're not taking on things that don't feel right or things that are not yours to hold. Okay, Maya, I'm doing Sophia right now, and then I have Empress, and then I'm pretty sure you're next, okay? Yeah. There will be a great review in the days ahead of what Sophia needs to be responsible for and what she's not. Connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. Yeah. You feel free, there's a lot, I feel like, that has been released in the future. You know, you're not really worried about anything. You're more in flow state, but you will be more connected to the divine in the days ahead. You will also let yourself be held by love. So love is coming. A very sacred, you know, on even keel, even like respect, harmonious connection. But it's almost like it's telling me you have to become this woman first. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Don't think that's a bad thing. You know the way. So trust your intuition always on this journey. That's such a beautiful card. Your future self is saying, you know more than you think. So make sure that you're believing what you're feeling and hearing, okay? Isn't this interesting too, that you had that in that reading with the girl, and I was trying to tell you, believe it, like you're not nuts. And then I kind of was talking to everybody else too and saying the same thing, like just an FYI, like, you know, when you notice things like that, you're not nuts. You're just not. Give me like a snapshot of Sophia's future self in 3 cards. Hold on. Yeah, definitely. Bag has been secured in the future. Goals have been achieved. Missions have been accomplished, and there's financial stability. I felt like that because I was like, I don't know what you are like, you know, what your life is like right now, but you're not going to have to be doing as much now. Sorry, you're not going to have to be doing as much in the future like how you're doing now. Okay, so I know I'm going to sound crazy. I'm going to sound crazy. How beautiful is it that this card is on the bottom? You know, this is about your journey. You will be known for something. There's going to be a little bit of a viral moment. And I don't know if it's that you're printed in a paper or you've discovered something. I don't know. Okay. It's not bad. It's good to me. But I'm just wondering here with the side piece. I asked about a snapshot in the future. Why is the side piece card coming out? Okay, so you're not dealing with that anymore. Now, I'm not calling you a side piece. I'm not saying that you ever were one. This can just be symbolically when we're talking about breadcrumbs, okay? From individuals, people, friends, I don't know, lovers, okay? This is not about second choice. This is not about, you know, when people like want you just when they want you or they're toying with you. You will have a hold of that and love will come to you with the Page of Cups. It will be more sweeter. It will be more innocent. It's not going to have those kind of intentions. Okay. Hi, Sophia. Yes, I am. So this is beautiful. It's kind of wild. I could actually read on this. You know what? You've just given me an idea. I'm going to make a pick a card for this. What does your future self want? What is your future self living like? Or something along these lines. You just inspired me. I'm going to do that. Thanks for the, you know, thought. I really like reading on that. You know, I would expect, Sophia, that there could be something written about you because how will people know where to go and where to find you, right? That usually happens when, you know, on a grand scale, people have been made aware of this person. So I'm not surprised that there's going to be some story or something written about you. Okay. Empress, what does higher self think about the content I'm making? I feel stuck and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. What does Spirit want her to know about the content that she's creating? Are you here, Empress? You know what I just heard so loudly with this Five of Pentacles? It kind of shot back at you, actually, Empress, and they want to ask you, do you like what you're making? They're telling me that's all that matters. So, honestly, do you like the content you're... I don't know what to say. Every time I read for Empress, the Empress card comes out. You need to know that username is not a coincidence. I'm sorry, I've read for you like at least 10 times on these things. You always get the Empress card. And I only draw like 6. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if you're here. I don't know if you want to engage with your reading. It would be great. If you don't, it's cool. But these cards are making me feel like something's off here. Okay. I really want to ask you how you feel about it. Now, if you tell me I'm happy, I love it, I feel so great, I don't care who's watching or if one person watches or whatever, then keep going. But if you would say you're not exactly feeling it, there does need to be a change. And I don't know why the Knight of Wands is here, because that makes me feel like I'm being a little bit more adventurous. And I'm wondering if that would make sense to you. If I said to you, would it help if you were a little bit more adventurous? Because this could literally just be about spicing something up. Like maybe you're getting sick of it. And I just want you to know, when you're a content creator, you do have to constantly like switch it up. It's like people think you can just, no, you have to do that. You have to try new things. I mean, some of your most amazing things will happen to you when you try things. Like you'll be like, oh my goodness, I had no idea that would do well, But this does speak about diversifying a little. Or maybe you've talked about whatever you talked about for so long, and now you need to kind of move on to something else. Eva, I see you. Okay, so I'm on Empress, then it's Lamaya, and then it's you, Eva. It's interesting to me with this spread. You will figure it out, but I'm just wondering here with the Judgment card, are you a little worried about how you will be portrayed or looked at if you do shake it up or switch it up? Because, a lot of content creators, actually, to be honest, you would be surprised. They won't tell you, but in the background, sometimes it gets to them. Things will get to you as a content creator. You'll be feeling like you need to do something new, but you will not have come to what it should be. This was why you have to be patient. You actually will get with the Tower a download about this, but with that Tower card, it tells me it's different. It's like, it's very different. And maybe it is like, okay, you've done whatever you've done and you've just started your transition towards being out of the comfort zone, but maybe Spirit's like, you're ready to go deeper. And that will happen too. Okay, Sophia, I see you. That will happen too, by the way. You will feel like you're getting pushed. You're like, oh, I thought I just had to do this. But you're like, oh, now I have to do this? Like, I thought that this was it. No, it will just keep going. So, I mean, I think it's hidden from you right now on what you need to do or how you need to change it up, but I think it will come about. It's just that, and it's not about like who's watching is getting bored. It's more about focus on you. And that's why I find this so interesting, because you're asking what Spirit thinks about this, but they're kind of throwing it to you and asking, well, how do you feel about it? Because that's what's most important. I've never gotten this card before. It says the spirits, respecting spirit. Wow. Okay, I'm going to get 2 more cards, but maybe, hold on. We have the flames, we have transformation, we have heartache, broken branch. And then the spirits, and you're asking, how does Spirit feel about your content? Okay, I don't know if you're ready for this. I'm just going to lay it on you. You know, you'll have to see how it feels for you. I don't think this activity on your, whatever you're doing, I don't think this is some random thing. I think you're being led by Spirit to do it. And there may be a whole bunch of ancestors watching, and we have the moon here again. They could be influencing this. Like, okay, let me explain this to you so you don't start freaking out. Okay, let me give you an example. I don't believe that I'm here doing what I'm doing. Even through my readings, it may look like I'm doing readings, but what I'm actually doing is work. Okay, I'm trying to help people with different perspectives, or like a heightened state of, you know, awareness. Okay, or like when I go on my second channel and I talk about ascension, it's like a volunteer. Do you get it? Like, I'm not just doing that because I just want to do it and I think it's fun. No, there's something guiding this. There's something behind this. It's sacred, and it's not for nothing. So you could be feeling that there's this like push to do something else. And I would say it's coming from the ancestors. I don't know what this is. But, you know, with the broken branch, it's not going to be easy. What do I mean by that? There may be a layer of you have to kind of like reveal. And maybe you're more of a private person or something like that. But it's like you're coming out of your comfort zone. This is what the whole content was always about. But it needs to go either deeper or in a different direction, but somewhat the same. But it's almost like there's something, you know, that the ancestors know, you know, that you need to talk about. But I don't know if you're afraid of judgment. I don't know if you're like, okay, you know what, I'll do that, but, you know, now you're telling me to do all that. No, you're getting too wild here now, Spirit, you know. But it's asking you to respect Spirit. This is just like those people who are like very religious, and they say that God's leading them to do the channel. It's just the same way. Let's get more. We'll just get like maybe 2 more cards on this. I think there's a transformation coming with the channel, or whatever it is that you're doing. There's a transformation coming. It's going to be different. It's going to be moving in a different direction. And you're feeling that change. That's what that is. That's why you're asking me what they think of it. Okay, so is this your side hustle? That's interesting, right? What if this was, okay, also beneficial to you? What if you were getting the intuition to do this, but it's also there to benefit you, because if you do, this could bring you more than what you're experiencing right now. People like that, you know, I'll just say, you know, when you go deeper and you reveal more and you just be your truth, authentic self, people can feel that through the screen. They really can. Okay, one more. Do you need to spill the tea? Do you need to talk about something? Do you need to expose a secret? Do you need to leak information or give information? I don't know what this is. Now, if you're like I'm not telling you, like, you know, let's say somebody's like wants to talk about conspiracy theory. Don't do that. Okay? I'm not advising you to do that. But I'm just saying, what if you know something that could be valuable for people? That's kind of what the spirits are doing, right? They want you always to help others. So what if you have to do this or you have to change? Yes, I am. What if I probably will take one more and then that's it. So you could be that last person. So what if there's information that people need, but you are the perfect person to do it? I know you're there watching. I know you. You can write me on Instagram if you want. You know what I mean? Just let me know how you felt about it. But I don't know. I don't know. There's something you need to talk about, or there's something you need to do something else that you know you could do. There's something else. There's something else. There's another type of content within the same place that you could be doing or bringing out or bringing about. Okay? But very happy with what you're doing. I just think this is a process, and it's going to be a layered process. So it looks like this is what you're supposed to do, especially with the side hustle card. But it will be required. There will be more. There will be more required. Check the description box if you want to know how to pay. It's really simple. Okay, let's see who's next. Okay, we have Lamaya, then Eva, then Sophia. Okay, Lamaya, extended on the flies message. Okay, give me more about the flies. Give me more on the flies that keep bothering her. Hi, Tanny. I cannot believe that card is there. I'm assuming you already watched your 2 previous messages. I cannot believe that card is there. It's almost like a confirmation. I need to tell somebody soon. Hold on. At 3 o'clock, can you go take the salmon out of the fridge and put it on the counter on top of the paper towel? This is about who's headed your way. This is also about protection. Okay, good to know. Good to know. They may be already in your life. Okay. As above, so below, manifestation. The witch hunter. Oh my, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, sorry, I just got freaked out. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to freak you out. Sorry, that freaked me out. Let's take a moment of silence for these two cards. Let's take a moment. I don't know, that freaked me out. And not in a crazy way, like not in a bad way. Just that, you know, these cards are interesting, you know? I think, I think something's trying to get your attention about this. I really do. If you're telling me you have a few of them around you, ooh, I don't know what to say because it's your life, but I would ASAP start pulling away, okay? I don't want anything like that around me, okay? I don't care who you are, okay? I don't know, maybe it's blunt, maybe it's rude, but that's not a good energy to have around you. So I can totally understand why these flies symbolically, it's just like them. They don't leave you alone. They're trying to surround you. Even like I said before in my previous reading with flies, right? They want to take from you, like they suck your blood, like I told you. It's just making so much sense to me. Okay, the sacred vows, okay? You need to, I feel like, have a remembering. You need to have a remembering of the sacred vows. And what are the sacred vows? That can be anything. It can be like, I respect myself. You know, I don't allow this. When I feel an intuition about something, I cut it off. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if you just are like a very nice person, but that's not going to get you anywhere with these kinds of energies. And these energies, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've experienced it in my life. They are totally a witch hunter in some sense. I mean, people who embody that kind of spirit, it's like a misery loves company, or they just want to like, they have this way of like wanting to take down everybody with them. But it says danger is approaching. Now, don't freak out. I'm not saying anything bad's going to happen to you because you have free will at the end of the day. And if I'm giving you this message, you can say to yourself, yeah, I'm going to change. I'm going to do better, or I'll figure out ways to put, you know, boundaries up or whatnot. But I don't even know, like, can I say another thing too? I didn't want to say it at first. Maybe I should. It feels like there's also a guide behind this, but I don't know like who this is. Was there like a father or a grandfather you were very close to, or is your father passed on? I know that's very personal. I just feel like this is also something they're very in charge of getting you to see, like when it comes to your environment, but I don't know who they are. I mean, it could be an uncle. I don't know. Who's Jazz? Jas. You just overpaid. It's supposed to be 50 Canadian. So let me know what you want to do. I can read a little longer on yours, or I can refund you and then you can pay back the proper one. It's 50 Canadian. So if you're American, it should be less. Okay. Yeah, there's like a energy behind this. It's not just there, it's not just like symbology. There's also someone who was once here. I'm not feeling a guide really, like an angelic guide. I'm feeling like this is more a person who was once here. No, but my male bestie did pass. Okay. If that's who came to your mind when I said this, then that's who it is. Yeah. To say you have a few around you, moochers. Yeah, I'll go longer for sure. So don't worry. I'll give you like a little bit longer. Okay. To say you have a few of these is a lot to me. You know, most people will say they have one, but you have a few. So I guess, you know, do with the message what you will. This is somehow restricting you in some sense to have this kind of energy around you. Let's see what's on the bottom. That's interesting. We have a King of Pentacles. Now, when you say moochers, that's interesting because I don't know if it's financial, but you would actually be a lot more successful. Not just, and I don't mean like overall, I just mean you would be like, you actually have the power to climb and go far and build. But I just feel like these people keep coming around and delaying your progress. They're like effing with your greatness, like who you're supposed to be. And I'm not talking about a career. I'm just saying in general, their energy, it's like entanglement or something. Oh, goodness. Okay, so it's financial. I'm moving away from them. Well, good for you. Good for you. People have to help themselves. They just do. I know some people think that's not nice. Now, I'm not talking about like an animal or, you know, children. I'm not talking about that, you know, when you want to do something to help the kids. But, you know, if these are grown adults, they have to figure it out on their own. And actually, when you do this, you enable them, you know. One last card for her on this situation. Shaky assurance. Promises without backbone, emotional hesitation, comfort offered, then pulled back. I feel like she's looking at her foundation and she's looking at, and she's finally like realizing, oh my goodness, like there's so much cracks here in my foundation, or like holes. It's like, but she's the builder. She has the hat on. So that's very interesting with the King of Pentacles to be, it's just giving me that same vibe. So you may find when you start to work on your environment or work on like, I mean, it looks like a set, a movie set or something in the background. That could just be her life. She's realizing she's main character, but you may notice that once you start working on this and doing what you need to do, you may not have this. You may not attract this anymore, because it's interesting. These people, they're just not like reliable. But I'm also wondering if you may be also looking in what was it about them that you were attracted to, because maybe some of these people were very fun or something along those lines. Maybe there was something they were doing for you, but now you've realized, you know what? I don't care about that. It's more important for me for my foundation to be solid. I don't care if these people are super fun or whatever it may be. Okay. Or maybe they're really hot. I don't know. Okay. So this is a great card to get, especially because the King of Pentacles is a builder too. So interesting. This was on the bottom too. I'll just say this: undefined territory. these moochers, they didn't know boundaries. They didn't know where to stop or when to stop. So I actually feel like for you, this is really about, you know, you can do something about this, okay? But it's so interesting with the flies because, they would totally be symbolic to me of representing a moocher. Like, I would not pick a better bug, okay? At least the ants, they work their behind off to build their stuff, you know? I mean, I don't know about you, but ever seen some ants? The things they're carrying on their back, and they all working together, you know? So it's interesting. Okay, let me just shut this down. I can't take any more. Reading's now closed. Okay, let's go now to Eva. I had a casual connection that ended after I expressed my needs weren't being met and decided to end it. He agreed he couldn't meet them. Well, at least he was honest. Some people, they lie. They're like, I can do it. It's like, just be honest. Stop. Just stop. Anyways, I took him at his words. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. He agreed he couldn't meet them and agreed we end things. I took him at his word. A week later, he tried to reconnect, but I didn't respond. How is my silence registering? How is that person feeling about the silence? Okay, so that's really good. You've gotten more respect. You may not be aware of it, but they're definitely respecting you. That's a Queen of Swords. It's exactly what you just wrote. I told them what I wanted. They said they couldn't meet. So I create a boundary. I said, then you know what? I mean, she cuts things off. She's really good with that, you know? But she's stern and she's very about, you know, proper things, like wanting things certain ways, but honesty as well too. So they actually appreciated your honesty, but they are also maybe even more attracted to you because of the stand you took. Are you there, Eva? So this is interesting. Interesting. Are you there, Eva? Okay. I'm just curious. Oh, I've said a lot already. Did you just show up now? You're going to have to scroll back, but don't scroll back right now. I have another question. Does this person have an ex or something? Or is there someone there that they have a kid with or something? Or just curious. I'm just curious. Now, if it's not that, I feel like they were very impressed by this way of being. I think they assumed you a Queen of Cups, but you actually turned out to be a Queen of Swords. But I will say to you, they could reach out. They could reach out again, but I don't think that's going to last. So let's say you do want to talk to them. I wouldn't wait too long because they may not keep calling. It looks like with the 10 of Cups, this is supposed to die down or kind of like go into a rest phase. It's not giving like it's going anywhere kind of thing. Okay, so if it's not that the guy has a child or a woman or something, a woman with a child, then I think you surprised him. He does think you're self-isolating, which just means you're not talking to him. And I think he kind of wants to try, but I don't think he's going to be allowed to. And when you're like, what does that mean? You can be blocked from the universe of contacting people. You can. I'm not sure about that. That's not something I'm getting here. I'm getting more like a surprise, like not really expecting this kind of, you know, personality or this way you conducted yourself, the way that conversation went or whatever it was. I think it was surprising. Now, I am a little bit worried about the Queen of Cups just because I think this could have been what they were looking for, which could be a little bit more of a passive-aggressive woman or quiet. I don't know. She kind of tends to sometimes get ran over a bit. The Queen of Swords is more the upfront one, doesn't want to waste time about it. So I see that here. So if that's what they are looking for, then I would say this is probably the best thing that ever happened. We have travel, so distance, boundaries, far apart, getaway. We have date, courting, dating, anniversary, meetup. And then we have text message. Give me more on the date. Okay, that's interesting. Didn't you just ask about, hold on here. Casual connection. You have a hangman here. So that tells me that whatever transpired between you, whatever casually that may mean, I'm telling you, they saw you a little different. You have the perspective card here again. I'm not sure they were entirely sure about you, but then when they got to know you a bit, it was like, oh, okay, all right. And then I feel like if you were talking about what it is that you desire or want, with the hangman, it would have required sacrifice from them, but they also were unsure of what to agree to. I don't know. I feel like I'm just not, I'm just in the air. I'm not sure, but that's interesting with the text message because it says direct message. It doesn't have to just be that it's a text message. It could be that they heard you loud and clear, but they took it very direct. So even though you are sweet and you say people think you're a doormat, whatever came out, you know, they took it like it was, again, like I said, very surprising that you were that direct, but that's okay. That's good for you, you know? If you felt good about doing it, so be it. Who cares what they think? But where they're at right now, they could attempt more calls, but like, I'm just going to say, if you do want to see what they have to say, they may not keep doing that. You may have a couple more calls coming your way, but I don't think they're going to keep at it because I just don't think they're that type, okay? I think they may get the message that you're not wanting to talk. But this is supposed to kind of fizzle out. It was supposed to fizzle out anyways for some reason. I mean, I won't know why, but I don't know. Can I ask, is there's distance between the two of you? How was the distance? I mean, is there distance? Is this like a physical distance, or is this like not physical, but like you're not talking? Or is this that like you guys live far away from each other? I'm just curious because that could be also what came up too. Like as far as them in their head, like about how this can work or if this can work or whatnot. We live in the same city. I'm not speaking to him. Okay, so it's more about that. Okay. Let's see how else this registered. Let's get some more cards on that. I guess this person likes more like passive aggressive type people, or people who don't express themselves. Like, to them, they thought it was bold. I don't know. That's just what I feel. Oh, you thought the door was still okay. Bounce back. They will inquire to have that, like a bounce back with you. You're asking about right now. Right now, there's still some determination to get back on track with this with you. They're still in the race. They haven't given up and got off the track. So yeah. They're still in it a bit. They're still in it. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know maybe what his next plan is or move regarding you, but they haven't exited, but it eventually will. Hold on, more. Payday, financial rewards, money rolling in, celebration of success, check cashed. Okay, hold on. And we have wake up call. Yeah, they'll get the message soon enough that it's just not going to be a thing. I don't think you'll be hearing from them. I don't know what that payday card is about. I don't know if this is for you. I think this is for you, Eva. Like, I sometimes can't help what comes out. You know, you could be wanting to know about this one thing. But they're like, we have your attention. We want you to know about this other thing. So there's some bit of a magic coming in, coming up for you. There's some money coming to you. That would be interesting if it was connected to the guy. What if the guy offered you something, like some money or something, or just bought something for you? That would be interesting. Keep an eye out for that. But I think you're going to be having or coming into a time frame where there's going to be a lot of money making, like money's flowing, like it's flowing. That's the only idea I'd ever speak to him again. Ha! There you go. There you go. Who knows? But this could definitely be your life as well too. But that is a gesture. I'm not going to lie with the Ace of Wands. That's an attraction card. That is a even sexual card. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's going to pay you for that. I'm just saying he could be wanting to shake it up a bit. So be like, not like, don't expect like, just, I don't know. He looks determined. He looks determined, and maybe he thinks if he spends some money on something, you may give him a chance. I don't know, but maybe this is about him. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Sophia. Hey, Chitra, hoping for a general message. Okay, what's a general message that Sophia needs to hear? Person, Jazz, I don't want to say your full name. Can you just put your question? Because you didn't put your question here. Just put it in the chat. What does Sophia need to be aware of? Okay, movement is coming. Can I just ask a question? Are you planning to move? Are you joining something? There's like an acceleration here of something. I don't know if it's something that you planted. It's an investment. I don't know what this is, but there's movement. Swift movement coming. It's approaching. I'm wondering too if you can feel it. Like, can you feel it? Because with these cards, it tells me you should be able to. Yeah. Not yet, but that would be great. Yeah, I don't even know what this is in regards to. It's like, I can't even tell if this is just movement in life or if it's financial. I will say, if you have any kind of investments in anything, I'm not an advisor, but If you've put something into an investment, you know, you could be seeing very soon some progress with that. But this would be interesting too with the Eight of Pentacles if you've planted some seed in something. Have you planted a seed in something? Like, I don't know if it's a business. I don't know what this is. I also don't even know if you're going to become, with the Emperor, self-sufficient. He can be the boss, his own boss, but this is really great for like self-sustainability, you know, like just self-independence. I'm wrapping up my master's degree and I hope I get a job with the university. Oh. Now, would that job put you in a position of leadership? I'm just curious. Would the job put you in a position of leadership? Would it put you onto a whole new group of people? Would it also put you onto a whole group of new people? Okay, yeah, that's the director. Hold on. I think you're going to get the job. That's the director right there. Have you been putting on an impression or making an impression? Is that what's the plant that you've grown or planting? Oh my goodness, what is this? Independent success, overcoming odds, creating your own path built from nothing. That's the projects. That's the group of people. Oh, they're impressed with you. Listen, even that's the young apprentice, which tells me, you know, you're going to the next level. So you've learned enough of what you're supposed to learn. Now you're going up. But you did this. You did this. This is all you. Like, you need to be very proud of yourself. And there's soul contracts involved. So I don't know if you guys know this, but soul contracts are not just with people. They can be with places and situations and even groups of people. This is like, it's what's coming. That's just what's coming. It's kind of interesting because that person's signing here too. It's like a new beginning here. Yeah, if you're feeling any kind of deja vu or something is up or like you're sensing a shift, you would be correct. I just think you needed maybe like validation without saying much. But I think you're totally picking up on what's coming. Like intuitively is what I mean. I think those people that you work with too, or this director, I think you've known before. I think they were put there positioned to help you. Oh, no worries. And don't look at it like it's rough. Just be excited. Be like, I'm so excited for what this is teaching me. Change the perspective, okay? Literally, I know it sounds crazy, but you have to do it. No matter how hard life is, just look at it and say, you know what? Okay, it's happening. It's not what I would ideally like. But you know what? I'm so excited to see what this is going to teach me or what I'm going to learn from this. You will just change your timeline by doing that. I'm giving you like sound advice here, guys. Give me more. You are wanted. There is a home waiting within. Oh, you're walking through a new door. She's literally in the door. What is she doing? Wow. And you're talking about you want a whole new timeline. Yeah, when you see a door on a card, like you're about to walk through like a new chapter. Disappointment is not the end. There's hope even in the darkest of nights. Now, if that's not a message about what you've been feeling like you're going through and how it feels rough, I don't know what is. Have you been feeling like that? Like that you can see hope in these moments? That is literally like what I just said. Being excited about it and not losing hope. Choosing to see it in an excited way. Run wild. Let your inner child, wild child, run forth. So there's going to be a lot of exciting times coming up. Could feel like a whirlwind. Go with it. Run forth towards it. I can feel within these cards you've been just definitely wanting something different, or to move on. And I just feel like, you know, it's just what's going to come. It's just in the cards. I see it. You're moving. I keep saying that. The Chariot, there's movement. Young apprentice to, ooh, High Priestess. So very well equipped to handle what's coming. What if you're just being prepared? What if all of this time you were just being prepared? What if it was that? Would you understand it more? Like if you looked at yourself a year ago, would you be able to say that you could take on that position? Seriously. Would you have thought that you would have been ready for that? Yeah, we have reunion, okay? Reunion. You're under a spell. And seek alternative solutions. So, look what's on the bottom, soul family. Just like that Three of Cups. Looks like there's a lot brewing in the background. Looks like there's a lot brewing in the background. Do not allow with these cards physical reality to dictate to you what you think is happening in your life. I would not look at physical reality. I would not. I would not. Because it seems to me here that this is you're being perfectly prepped by not being able to see certain things. Because if you did, maybe you wouldn't do some things that you're supposed to do now. So like, I just think here, when it says seek alternative solutions, I think this is really about choosing to what I said, get very excited about what's coming. I wouldn't focus on, because challenges are always going to be there. They're just always going to be there. But how you react to them, that's what changes. So you're protected. You've got soul family coming in. And when I say soul family, I don't mean like a bunch of star seeds, okay? I'm just saying this can also be who you're supposed to work with next, okay? But these people on this card, they have these eyes. And I feel like the eyes are already on you. It just points to what I see or what I saw before. And I really do feel like with that Nine of Pentacles, you're coming into a timeline where once you hit that switch and you're fully ready, these things will come into your life, okay? All the things you desire. But yeah, with that Emperor, that's the director. That's the director, for sure. One last card for Sophia. All that glitters. Oh my goodness. All that glitters is gold. All that glitters is gold. That's all what's waiting for you. Your positive, happy timeline that you want, it's actually doable. It's possible. It's right there. All that glitters is gold. Something tells me with the things that you want, there could have been a little bit of you making it bigger than you. It's not. It's for you. Yeah, this could happen for sure. Okay. And there's a lot of abundance in that pile. A lot, which matches this card. Okay. You're ready This is preparation meets opportunity card. You're ready. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing your thing. Okay, where is this person, Jazz? Where's the question? Where's your question? Please put it in the, you're welcome. Please put it in the chat. I really have to get going. So if I don't see your question, I don't have any questions. Okay, so general, perfect. Perfect. Let's find out what you need to be aware of. And please be on standby, okay? General question, general information. What does she need to be aware of? Are you in isolation right now? Are you are you kind of like in isolation? I don't know what this, like, I don't know how to explain this. Hopefully you know what I mean by isolation. I'm not saying like, are you somewhere in a room all day? I just mean, would you consider yourself like self-isolating right now? For a while I chose to be, okay. I don't know about what you have been like working towards or manifesting. That is like about to come to fruition. This is something you've been kind of waiting on, and I don't know what you've been waiting on, okay? Queen of Pentacles, I don't want to say it's about money. I want to say more like she has the resilience to kind of keep at it or believe in her dreams. She's very patient about it. But when it hits, it hits. And I need you like not to be scared about the way that the things come in to your life, because they may look like they're not that, but they are. And I don't know what I'm talking about. Because I don't know if there's like this way you have about you where you're very protective, you're very maybe even like you just don't trust too easily, or you've been like putting up this thing around you. But it's like when this thing that you want comes in, there's gonna be something confusing about it. And I also have to say that this could also be chaos, because I don't know if you know this, but when a huge manifestation is coming in, you know what the number one sign that it's coming in is complete chaos. It's like everything in your life looks or seems like it's going wrong, but it's not. It's actually being put into place. I also have a message here of like, I don't know if you've been hurt, or I don't know what this is, this protectiveness. I don't know. It's like, be careful with that, not to harden your heart too much, or just close your heart off, because you could be missing out on some opportunities that want to come in. They may not be ones you're aware of, but you're kind of shielding yourself a little bit from that as well. Just be careful with that, okay? Good things can still happen to you. I know there could be a past with a lot of hurt, but good things still can come. They can. More? False alarm, exaggerated panic, unnecessary drama, overreaction to minor events, much ado about nothing. Does your life, we have soul contracts. That's interesting. Is that what your life feels like right now? What's this false alarm about? Okay, so that's good. You're open to things. That's good if you're open to things, okay? I just feel like it's kind of weird to get this card now too. So I'm just wondering what this 10 of Wands is about, and the 7 of Wands, and this 5 of Wands. Like, what is the chaos? What are you isolating from? I'm not sure, like, if you can explain that, because if that's even maybe you're just trying to stay away from drama, I mean, it's good if that's what it is, but what is those cards? What are those cards about? Because it's either there's a lot of chaos happening in your life and you're choosing to self-isolate or stay away from it somehow, or maybe there's been a literal false alarm. Your family, okay. Could be anybody. Does it feel like that with them? That there's constantly an overreaction with them or unnecessary drama? Okay, so that's what that is. I was like, why does she feel to me like she's putting up like a barrier and trying her best to stay out of chaos and stuff? Like, what is that? I didn't know if it was that you were trying to, or maybe you want to seal yourself off from people, but if that's, yeah, that makes sense now. Well, you're doing the right thing. Just an FYI, if you wanted to know. I'm wondering if those soul contracts are definitely the family as well. But with the Photoshopped, did they want you to be a certain way? Was there like this faked perfection? Okay. It's interesting. It's like when I see this card and you're talking about family, it almost makes me feel like they had expectations of me, or they put expectations on me. And that could be also what you're running away from, is that you don't want to do that anymore. Milk and honey. Yeah, you choose to, I chose to heal or give it to yourself. We have it's a 6 card. You know, when I see the number 6, that's usually a number of when you start to kind of look at yourself and ask, like, what's good for me? And then there also has this like phrase, like, should I stay or should I go type thing. But he's bathing, this little elephant is bathing in this like milk and honey. And I feel like he's trying to pour into himself. But he's also trying to have like a better life, a happier time. And that's kind of what I see you trying to get away from. But I don't know if you needed to know this, but they're saying that's a good thing. This is a good thing what you've done. Oh my goodness. How serious is this? You have new life. You may have, just by staying away, you may be actually ushering in a whole new life for yourself away from them, which is more peaceful. You feel more happier. That's wild. Interesting. Spirit animal deck. Yeah, you don't have to explain. You don't have to explain anything to anyone. What does a spirit animal oracle deck want to tell her? That's the guy, by the way. That's the guy. And it's interesting with him, the moon sitting underneath him. There's something I feel like off a bit here. I don't know that he's necessarily like a truthful person or an individual. There's a lot hidden about him, or that people don't know about him with the moon, but that's him. I was wondering who that King of Swords was. Give me more on what she needs to be aware of. Oh, what is going on here? This is totally about your family. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. So they want you to know that you have a choice in all of this, and you did take it. This is really about free will, and that it's okay if you want to break the soul contracts. But if this is also about peace and mind, and just, I mean, listen, you want people around you who are going to believe in you and stuff, right? So that wouldn't really be freedom. I feel like that would be like a conditional thing. So and that's a 6 card too. That's also a 6 card. This looks like you made a good decision. Watch your words. Okay. I don't know what that's about. I actually don't know if that's about them. Maybe that was a big problem, was their words, okay? Or the words, there were words spoken. Even that parrot, honestly, cannot be trusted. What do you know about these parrots? They always tell them, don't tell them anything because they'll repeat it. So there's some energy in here, I feel like, with some nasty words or words that were exchanged, something that was, I feel like, hurtful. But since you told me you're not like, you don't have a hardened heart or anything, I don't feel guided to tell this to you, because sometimes people can get this card when they do like negative self-talk, but I don't feel like that's you. Believe in yourself. This card also tells me that you're totally capable of making it without them. Okay, totally capable of making it without them. Maybe that's also a big step you took, or something that you realized on your own. Maybe you realize that on your own. Like, I don't got to do this no more. I just don't. So you're coming through with that Queen of Pentacles as a very empowered individual. Oh, yes. Very empowered. And she sticks to her guns, and she's not rushing anything. So, you know what? Looks like the spirit wants to tell you you made the right decision, and that because it was right for you. So how could it be wrong? But I will tell you, I don't know about this guy. I don't know. And I don't need to know. Don't write anything. I'm just saying, like, there's something off there. Okay? If they couldn't see him for who he was, it's not really their fault. It's more like, you're aligned with what you're aligned. If they don't even have awareness and they can't see, it's kind of like hard to show them, So you didn't have to explain. You chose to do your own thing. And that's also a very empowering thing. I know what you're just talking about, this guy. That's why I left him. He thought I would be stupid enough to stay. Accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. So this is a very big surefire sign that what you did, like I said, is correct. Accept it. And if you do, like, you feel confident in your decision still, then great. This is good. This is good. Be still. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. Hermit. Hermit. So that self-isolating that you're doing is really good for you. Really good. Do what you need to do. Oh my goodness, this is the best card. It may be difficult, but now is the time. So now was the time for you to do what you did. I don't think you realize maybe the magnitude of this step you've taken. It's like spirit is very, 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 very excited and happy about you owning yourself, like your own space, and just, taking control and not getting involved or roped into anything. Like, this is amazing. So good. So good. I'm just trying to see if there's one last card. I can draw for you. I think I'm gonna do it from this one, and then we'll do one more from another deck, okay? To wrap the reading. Let's see. Fortune Oracle deck. One last card from this deck. What does she need to be aware of? Mountain. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Okay, so this is great. You're going up the mountaintop. You're definitely going somewhere with this. Like, this was a very big catalyst. I just have to say, this choice that you made, it was a very big catalyst to where you're headed, okay? But you need to know that there's a lot of protection around you. And that could be also what this was about. More. Release self-doubt and let go of fear. That's what you did. I don't feel like this is about me telling you what to do right now. This is about what you've done. Do you realize this is like a big milestone? You did what you felt guided to do. You didn't care about what it was going to be like or who would be affected. You're just like, you know what? I'm not going to self-doubt. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go. I'm not going to be scared, and I'm going to do what I need to do. That's such a beautiful card to leave with. Just absolutely beautiful. So this was your reading. They will find out about him at a later date. They will find out about him, or he will be found out about. And just know that when that comes, don't be surprised if people start calling and picking up and wanting to say sorry. What you do with that at the end of the day is your own business. I'm not telling you what to do, but don't be surprised, because with the moon reveals in time. It does. Okay? So this was your reading. I'm just going to make sure that, okay, perfect. Nobody else has paid. So you're welcome. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you next time.